What's going on, everyone? My name is and today we're going to be reviewing the new live-action Disney film based on the most popular and awesome ride that Disney has ever had, The Jungle Cruise. So yes, this is yet another film based off a ride from Disney in their attempt to try to replicate the success of the Pirates of the Caribbean film series, which started off as based off a ride and became one of the biggest successful film series. So they have tried to replicate this time and time again, and it's not worked out well for them at all. So here's another attempt, but this time they've got Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as the lead role, so maybe it'll be a success. Maybe it'll do well with this film based off a ride that honestly I don't remember it being that popular at all. Yeah, even as a kid, I thought this was a boring ride. I just remember being on the boat, going around the water and seeing the plastic animals, but that's pretty much it. It didn't look that exciting, and I think that was the only time I've ever gone on that ride. But still, despite all of that, was the film still at least better than the other film that Disney had made based off their rides? Well, let's go over it, shall we? So the plot for this film focuses on these siblings who are seeking this tree that they can make into medicine in order to help people. So they hire the ship captain in order to help them find it. All the while they're being chased by these evil group who are after the same thing. So our heroes have to make it through the deadly jungle in one piece and beat the bad guys to their goal before it's too late. So that's pretty much the plot. And I have to say, as much as I didn't like how predictable this film is, and it's sadly predictable, you already know how it's going to go. The pacing for this film was slow once we got to the second act. The first act was actually not that bad because we got to be introduced to these characters. Although it did feel a lot like the Mummy film with Brendan Fraser. It did feel a little bit like this, this plot was just copying off what happened in that film. But even then, the second act's where it slowed down, it got a little boring, and then we got to the third, final act, where it got a little messy, and you just didn't really care how it was going to go, because you already know it's going to end in a happy ending for our heroes anyways. But still, despite all that, the plot for this film is actually a little better and easier to follow through, and it isn't much of a headache as Tomorrowland or even The Haunted Mansion. It's not as exciting as the Pirates of the Caribbean film, but it's still a decent story. It isn't that bad. And it was actually nice to get introduced to these characters, especially when we got with The Rock and Emily Blunt's characters interacting with one another, because they were actually probably the best part of the film. Both of them had such great chemistry. I really enjoyed the banter between the two and how they were able to work off well with one another. You can tell when two actors work off each other so well, to the point that you get invested with their characters and you can't help but have a great time watching them just work with each other. And that's pretty much what we ended up having here. The actor Jack Whitehall, who played the brother, he was alright. I did enjoy one of the villains, Jesse Plemons, who plays the German evil bad guy, who is so cliche, but at the same time I can't help but enjoy his performance. The other villains was didn't really make sense to have another villain here. It should have just been Jesse as the main villain here, but they decided to add another one in. I just didn't really care much for him. The other characters were fine, but I really enjoyed The Rock and Emily's performance. They were really probably the best part of the film, and the ones who I felt made the story at least tolerable and at least fun to watch. As far as the special effects are concerned, I didn't really mind them. I thought they did fine. I didn't have a problem with the music either. I thought it was okay. Some of the action scenes were actually not that bad. I actually did like a few of them, but I do miss the times when they did action scenes that, looked legit real and were actually done well. It's just a lot of CGI here. I just I miss the good old days when they used to have those awesome action scenes. Still, not that bad, and the way the film was shot was actually done well, so I'll give them credit for that too. So, all in all, the Jungle Cruise movie, is it a good film? It's alright. Is it a good adaptation of a Disney ride? It's better than the ones they put out before, after Pirates of the Caribbean. Is it a film worth watching? if it's just with you, no. I think this is only a one-time thing you can watch, especially if you're with your friends. But this is the kind of film I think kids will end up enjoying. I think kids will end up liking this film more than adults. They will find this, entertaining. I think kids with who have a big imagination will be able to love this film and, go along with it. It's not a perfect film, but it's a decent film and one that your kids will definitely enjoy, and one that parents can tolerate watching their kids watch the film. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you have a different opinion about this film, or what you think of the other, Disney live-action films based off their rights, leave some comments below. Let me know what you think. Hit the subscribe button, check my Facebook page, check my Twitter page, check out T3 Media's channel, subscribe to their channel, keep up to date with their videos. And I will see you all next time to give you more love and more entertainment. Until then, guys, take care, be safe, love you all, and goodbye.